I am here with some of this year's winners of the Leaders for Tomorrow Scholarship Award. Welcome and congratulations to you all. Just to start off, would you mind telling me what it means to you to be selected as an Oil and Money Leader for Tomorrow?
I think it's a great honor and even a greater opportunity to be here. And looking at the definition of the Leaders for Tomorrow, I see it that we can try to learn from the best, from those that are leading the industry at the moment, and networking with them and also all the other delegates who are here to maybe at some point, once we are in our career, to actually in 10, 20 years come back to this conference and be the ones who are actually the speakers, the ones who will introduce the new Leaders for Tomorrow. So I think it's kind of like a stepping stone for us to actually maybe make that step towards being one of the leaders. It's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. And what is it about the oil industry that has attracted you?
I think the oil industry is very dynamic, as we all know, and we've seen in recent times. A lot of people think this is very challenging, but to me, it's an opportunity, and not only personally, but also for other companies. I think it's a great way to motivate employees to want to stay in the industry, to work really, really hard to innovate and do a great job. This is on one hand, but on the other hand, I think the oil industry is very, very influential. It's everywhere around us, and it excites me so much to be involved in something like that. I think there's so much room to grow for everyone in the industry. There's so much room to innovate, and it makes me incredibly proud to be involved in something like this, and gives me great honor to even have the chance to contribute to something like that.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you about climate change. It's still an increasingly critical issue. How do you think that the industry should be responding?
Sure. So at an Oil and Money conference, this is of course a topic on the minds of those in this room and outside, but to begin, climate change is a fact. A simple study of geology would indicate as such. Climate change existed before we were here, and it will exist long after we're here. Now the question that is of debate is to what extent is that human exacerbated? Now one of the things that our industry should be doing is continuing its strides to reduce the cost of natural gas and the cost associated with bringing it to market, something that we now had the chance to have a whole day to cover. But something that our government needs to be doing to really support this is to lower the barriers and to lower the costs and help us bring more of this natural gas to market and make it more competitive than coal, because there is no question that natural gas is more competitive if it was at the same price point, but because it isn't, it continues to be an issue for our industry as to our coal footprint or our carbon footprint. And when you consider that we want to look at ourselves as an energy industry, it is our responsibility, morally, financially, and otherwise, to produce energy for society in the most environmentally conscious and economically sound means possible. And so our industry needs to bear in mind what it is exactly that is our mission. And staying true to the mission of being an energy industry, I think is how we will have a bright path forward.
Thank you, that's really interesting. And finally, what have been your main impressions of the conference so far?
I think going on from what Jordan said, it's this aspect looking towards the three-part challenges that you get with energy. It's providing affordable energy, meeting the huge growth and demand for energy, and ensuring that you provide clean energy. I think the first day's focus on gas proved that will have a huge role to play in it, and I think that today's focus on petrol is going to show us that it still has an incredibly important role in providing energy to the growth and demand in all the countries that are still in use and in need of it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.